Alright, man. Got Monday sports talk. You already know. Obviously, last sports talk Monday, we were to the 49ers destroying the Cowboys. Now we have to be on the other side of it and see what they say when they lose. So,
Was
you know,
penalty
we
on
play
third and
both
11.
sides. So
That
let's
was a
see.
drive killer. Uh,
Let's
Brock
see.
Purdy drove him down the game, drove him down the field to win the game in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
With little to no time
They did.
left.
He did.
Gave
And
Moody a chance to kick the game-winning field
Yep.
goal as time was pretty much expiring, and he
Yep.
missed.
yeah,
That was the game winner. That was the game right there. The last time they played,
did
they
give him
had
a chance.
32-point win versus your Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
and there was some bad calls.
Inadequate opponent. And today they played the #1 defense statistically in the land, a defense that's playing at a historic pace.
Cleveland's
with a
defense
real
is playing
dog
very,
in
very
Myles
well. There's no
Garrett,
doubt.
a guy that plays both the run and the pass. And they lost. They lost.
Are they
This
showing the
defense-
Cowboys schedule?
This
Oh.
defense is playing at a historic pace. They've literally given up the third least yards in the history of the NFL through
PJ
6
Walker played a
games.
good game.
So you got to give them a lot of credit. They played well. They executed when they needed to, and the 49ers didn't. They missed a field goal when they needed to have it. But as Kyle said before the game, and I said, they needed this lesson. They need this lesson. They
Yeah.
need this
No,
adversity.
it's good.
Because they
It's
haven't
good.
had this
For
adversity
both
still
the Eagles
won.
and the
Sure,
and the
but they need
49ers.
adversity because they're a championship
I think it's
team,
good for
and
both.
with championship teams, you got to have championship mettle. And this is how you develop it. You got games like this. These are coachable moments for them.
Absolutely, Richard. And
Yeah,
you talked
I agree.
about, you sit up and you look at
loss
the
is
fact
very
that they
good.
lost to P.J. Walker. You could call him a practice
Out of
squad
face
player,
celebration,
third-string
yeah.
quarterback, a guy who got cut from
I learned
Chicago,
from it.
whatever the case may be. But this ain't
How to lose
about
to win.
P.J. Walker. This is about a real dominant defense on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah,
You
man.
mentioned
Yeah,
Myles
credit to
Garrett.
Cleveland.
You
I did
also
not think
talked
they're that
about
good
the
on
fewest
defense.
points allowed in yardage allowed since 1970 Minnesota Vikings. That's historical. We were talking about the Dallas Cowboys, at least they were Michael Irvin along with Skip at the beginning of the season about a historical defense. This is a historical defense. But here's what I would say, much like I text Michael and I text Skip yesterday, because I know they think they slick. So I wanted to remind them, who's better? Are the Browns and the Jets better than the Cowboys? That's the question.
Damn.
Because when you look
Damn.
at it, the team that beat
Damn.
the Cowboys by 32 went on the road in a hostile environment, tried to pull it out in the end, but that
Should've.
dominant defense, and Jim Schwartz is 8-1 against Kyle Shanahan's
Wow.
offenses, whether he's the head coach or the offensive coordinator. So what that tells me
see
is
that
it's a
very
bad matchup in terms of chess. That's a bad matchup. But what the 49ers aren't is a bad matchup for the Dallas Cowboys. They are a bad matchup on the other side for the Cowboys, but not for themselves. So when you start to look at it, you have to say, Deebo Samuel gets hurt.
Yep.
Christian McCaffrey gets hurt.
Yep.
Now
We'll
all
see
of a
what
sudden,
happens.
they're banged up.
That'll
Brock
hold them.
Purdy,
A lot of
we all
injuries yesterday, but we
wanted to
really
see,
have
hey,
no confirmation
can
or
he
anything yet on
engineer a
anything.
drive
Normally, Monday's the
and
day
when
to
he's
record
down,
on
he
it, and like
certainly
Tuesdays and
engineered
Wednesdays.
that
But
drive.
as of
Yeah.
right now,
Out
there's
of the field goal
nothing,
range,
no
the kicker
reports on
just pushed
anything
it.
right now. So we're gonna have to wait for the
That's
official
what it
information,
is.
whether it's
But going up
later in the
against
week,
this defense,
today,
if
tomorrow,
you're
whenever.
Dallas
So I'll
Cowboys
be
went up
reporting.
against
But
this
as of right now,
Cleveland
there's
Browns
nothing.
defense, much like they did against the Arizona Cardinals, who the Rams just beat, who y'all got to play. The Rams next after the bye. And then you look at,
Okay, so y'all
then
got
you look
they
and
versus
you
Chargers
dive
tonight. The
into
Cowboys,
what
obviously, will be reacting, and the
49ers
Cowboys got a
defense
bye.
did
And
to
then
y'all. Imagine if y'all played this Cleveland Browns with that offense. Skip, imagine that.
They'd lose by
Imagine
probably
that.
15.
So as y'all sit up here and
might lose to the Browns.
fantasize
only
over
3-2
the fact
though.
that you're back in it and we're back in it, we're
I mean,
back.
no, Browns offense got to
No,
do
you're
something.
not. You're not. You're just as much in it as the damn New York Giants and Washington Commanders, man.
Wow, really?
100%.
Wait,
Talk
wait,
to me.
Ooh,
Wait,
talk
if
that
we-
smack,
wait, if we
Keyshawn.
win tonight, we're 4-2, just a game back of the Eagles and the 49ers.
Okay, that's
If it
okay.
was a fifth, we
We're
don't
right
get
Technically,
it.
2 games back from
If
the
was a
49ers.
fifth.
That has heads.
Skip,
Well, there's
you know
no
that.
if. That's a
You
fact.
the one said
If
if.
we win tonight, we're 4-2.
But why are you iffing?
We're not dead.
Why are you iffing, though?
I
If.
don't need an if. We're
I
going
wouldn't
to
say
win.
I wouldn't say we
Yeah.
iffing. I'm gonna say when we win. If I had a team in the National Football League, when we win.
Huh.
So you
can't-
doubting
he
your
can't say
team
that. They lost
already
by
because
32.
you iffing.
Oh,
But I'm gonna let you have the floor.
Keyshawn, you love your wine, so that was some fine wine that you just spilled all over the table. Wine, wine, wine. You know what I saw yesterday? I saw a team that I thought was ready to separate completely from the entire NFL. I was making the case last week that from what my eye test is telling me, maybe the 49ers are just way better than anybody else, including the quarterback. And we all agreed that the quarterback was running away as of last Sunday night with MVP. And then that happened, and I got jolted back to pleasant reality, because now you look back at last Sunday night and you say, wait a second, did the 49ers just play their Super Bowl last Sunday night? Did they peak way too early? Did they just max out last Sunday night against the hated Dallas Cowboys? And
Yes, sir, the hated.
After week 5.
I'm talking about too much Cowboys. I'm just trying to talk about this game, bro.
Jump to the conclusions both of you jumped to last week, and all of a sudden, I'm saying, wait a second, you couldn't take care of business against P.J. Walker? With Brock Purdy, I got it. You lost Christian McCaffrey, and I'm going to say it again. I'm knocking on wood because I hate to even bring it up because I like the kid a lot. But he runs so hard. He blows himself up. Regularly blows himself up.
We'll see what happens.
Blew himself up yesterday, and I don't know if it's an oblique or he cracked some ribs or something. He tried to, he's such a tough kid, he tried to come back and play. What if this is ongoing? What if this is nagging? Debo hurt his shoulder and disappeared. He was out. He went to the tent, then he went to the locker room. Are you sure he's not lost for a while? Because Kyle didn't know. Nobody knows for sure.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know anything yet for any injuries that happen. A lot of injuries did happen, so we're going to see.
Gone for a while. What if Trent Williams, who turned his ankle badly and said he had to suck it up because 95 is going to be in the Hall of Fame? We're talking about Myles Garrett, obviously. I got you. And he came back in and tried to limp through the rest of the game. What if he's gone for the next couple of weeks? Maybe it's your basic high ankle sprain where he can't go. Is it possible that the 49ers went from euphoria to, wait a second, second-guessing who they are now after what happened yesterday in Cleveland?
Skip's a hater.
Because,
Skip's a hater.
Wait a second, Brock Purdy, what are these numbers? 12 and 27 for a grand total of 125.
The defense still there,
125 yards? Wait, they went 3 of 12.
No one on the defense got injured, I don't believe.
Wait a second. Is it possible that the kid that I thought was going Tom Brady fell back to earth with such a thud that it was one of the all-time duds where you say, well, that looked like I was...
Stop showing me the Cowboys! Why are we doing this? This isn't about the fucking Cowgirls, bro.
You guys defend this because this was shockingly bad where you lose a little of your invincibility.
Annoying.
You lose
that schedule is looking rough. Look at 13 through 17. Those are all going to be losses, bro. Except for maybe the Bills.
Drawing board. After we thought we had won the Super Bowl.
And y'all losing tonight, and to the Eagles, Week 9, and to the Rams.
Anyone sitting at this
and one game to the Commanders.
Via satellite said that they were going to win the Super Bowl based on thumping the Dallas Cowboys by 32 points. You were the only person praising them to a whole nother level, calling them historical, and all of these sort of things. No, I've never. Never would call a team historical in 6 weeks.
Running away with
I never said that. I said he has changed my mind about what he is at quarterback. Me and Richard both have sat up here and said to you and Michael Irvin over the last 5 or so minutes, Richard went first, I went after, that this defense is a buzzsaw. Okay, they're only allowing, think about this, Cleveland is allowing 200 yards a game. Okay?
Now Cleveland's going to go win the Super Bowl.
The defense is historical based on the first 6 games of the year, not the Dallas Cowboys defense, Skip. You're saying, you just sat up here, Rich, he just sat up here and went through a whole list that he put together about what if McCaffrey is this, and what if Debo is that, and what if Trent Williams is this, and Brock Purdy. You hoping and praying that's the case. Because that's the only way you think y'all gonna have a chance. You're trying to avoid the San Francisco 49ers at all costs. At all costs you are.
You keep doing comparative scores, and I'm saying, wait a second. Do you remember what we did to the Jets who beat the Eagles last night? We beat them 30-10. And Robert Saleh stood up there after. Wait a second. He stood up there after the game saying, we have embarrassed every quarterback we played. We have embarrassed every quarterback we played. That threw for 255.
Your point is irrelevant. You got beat by the Arizona Cardinals.
Now you're defending Dak?
30-10, Jets. 1-5 Arizona Cardinals beat you by double digits. Stop talking. You don't get to talk.
I get to talk. talk as much as I want
Your
to talk
team's
because
not at
this
the
is a
table.
Cowboy
Your
day.
team isn't at the table. Your
Yeah.
team isn't at the table. Your Cowboy day, the last time y'all stepped on the field, y'all got beat by 32 on prime time. This isn't the
that's true.
Cowboys
Yeah.
day.
We ended it on that, bro. We're talking about too much Cowboys, bro. Fuck the Cowboys.